Hello and welcome to another code sesh. Got a wee bit of a second wind. So had a nice meal after I got in from town tonight. A wee bit later than I was hoping to get on, but such is life. What we're working on tonight, I'm going to restore guest login. So I'm going to fix that up. Specifically because I'm actually building my portfolio. And we're using Kynto project that I'm building on stream here as basically my main little portfolio item. Specifically because it showcases a lot of technology and platforms and all sorts of stuff that I've had to utilize to build this. And you might notice I did change up the stream view a little bit. PSP is top and center. I'm actually kind of motivated to make a couple of changes there as well, specifically to fix some of the offsetting and placements. I want to get the PSP version to look more similar to the web version, so let's go settle in, start coding, you know how it is. All right. Brilliant. I have to reboot my local environment and get everything all hooked up. Why don't we go ahead and do that? As usual, there's a bunch of different commands that you can trigger. There was a person on from Nepal who had a request for a couple of different commands, so I did go ahead and implement some of those. So if you see this, thank you. That's it. I don't have much else to say right. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to boot up an environment, we have to start Docker. So let's get everything booted up here. I'm also thinking of starting a NAS on the build server behind there because I've been producing a lot of the data, specifically videos from doing these code streams. I wish I started doing this years ago, recording my coding experience and kind of documenting a journey because it's a kind of nice work in a way. I'm doing it for well over the majority of my life now. What else? That's the main things. Alright, so Docker is up. We can start booting up our environment. Ooh, look at those terminal windows. It's okay. I do prefer using the terminal right in here. Super convenient. As usual, we have a lot of services to start up. Start off booting up MongoDB. Oops, did that attached. Node. Okay, that's filed up. Our local server is now running. Should probably fire up our TMP services as well. I think I want to implement like authentication tokens on Nginx. That would get us one step closer to making this so anybody could use Kynto to host their streams. What do I have to do here? Just a reminder, this entire stream is interactive. I'm literally coding what you see. That's right. Services. RTMP, yes please. We'll throw that up in a Docker container as well. So convenient. Bam. Love it. Alright. What else we need? We need to connect. I need to build a macro that just does all this for me. Let's take a look at this real quick. We gotta fix that. What file was that? I think it was Codeloch, wasn't it? Alright, let's get rid of these relative paths. It's the worst thing in the world. Don't want that. Let's put it in that. Guest, okay. Why isn't it coming up? What the hell? What? What? I'm confused. Oh, it's easier to search for this. There we go. All right. Now it should be a wee bit closer. Is our server down or is it injector down? What's going on here? Oh, we didn't boot up at Nginx. It's probably what's going on. I thought it started this up. Okay. So there's about 4 or 5 Docker services that piece all this together. Sergio, welcome to the chat, buddy. And yeah, it's driven by YouTube. Let me hook this up so you can see a little bit more about how this works.
Sun LXRD777 joined stream new.
Cool. Good to see Sun back. How you doing, Sun? Yeah, let me take a look because we have to reconnect Twitch. Oh, don't do that. Okay, so I actually do have some changes for forgot password to push out. Right now it's a manual process. Okay, let me hook up Twitch chat though, because as you notice it wasn't hooked up. And yeah, I got in a wee bit later. I'm hoping to. That's the thing with building this stuff, like you have to build it all of it. Okay, we got token. Alright. Twitch is back in business.
Says hello.
Still not connected. Hello. Hi. Arabic friend, how are you doing tonight?
Twitch_Sun LXRD 666 says, did you build Kynto?
Yep. Yeah, and it's been a work in progress for quite a while. Partly because I like to go in so many directions. Sweet. Not sure why our local isn't coming up. We got to investigate that real quick. Let's see what Docker services are running. Reverse proxy, code injector, DB, servers. What's the issue?
Gotta get my son a bottle, then he'll be back, lol.
No worries. That duties.
Not a bottle of liquor.
Aye, save that for us, the grown-ups. Oh, why is it connecting to this? It's not supposed to be doing that. That's the wrong path completely. Something weird's happening, folks. My friend, your spam's not going to get through. You're going to have to conversate. Truex Edits, good to see you, buddy. How are you? Investigating why our local's not coming out. I appreciate that. Like, that helps us get more avatars on, which is always a good time. Now, you guys made it last night. It was brilliant. Let's see. So I can't tell you how much time I just spend looking at errors and debugging things I've already built, but that's part and parcel of the process here. I think it's just wrong.
Truex Edit says doing good. What about you?
Yeah, not bad. Finally made it out today. But I got to the beach and the storms out there have everything all churned up, so water was nasty. It was a chill day. Right, I came home and I probably like napped for like 30 minutes and I woke up and it's like, well, I gotta eat. And then went to I got a wee bit of a second wind. Alright, I think this is to do with our configuration. I moved the PSP view up front and center because I realized it's pretty unique, and we're gonna make some improvements there tonight. Need to figure out some chill music too. It's kind of a pain because you know how YouTube and streaming is, but it would be sweet to have some chill music. All right, this is weird. Maybe it's because this was enabled. Like, what's going on? Very strange. So something's happening in here. So I have a big config file that like has all the different services that are available, need to be consumed. All right. So debug has been set to false. What the hell? Oh, what the hell? Huh? Oh, oh my goodness.
Weren't you going for diving?
I really dig virtual worlds.
Me too, man. There's just something about them. And there was it was Habbo Hotel back in the day. It was like the first one that I got into, and I remember I couldn't type at the time, so it took me like, you know, like 5 minutes to reply to someone. By that time they already logged off, so I was like, oh no. but it created like a love affair for virtual worlds, and then like RuneScape and stuff too, kind of similar. It's so funny though. I reboot my local and run into random errors, but such is life. What did I change? What was the other question? And yeah, I did go. So I went to the Blue Heron Bridge today, and man, the water was
I played
nasty.
RuneScape a bit back in the day, but not a whole lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, same here. I was more interested in actually just chatting to people. Like I was obsessed with it. And I don't know if you heard of it, but Coca-Cola actually had a virtual world, kind of in the style too, isometric, and it was called Coke Studio. And it was, you know, full of Coca-Cola advertising, but super chill, and you could make music tracks in it. That was their main gig there. And Truex said it. So yeah, I went to go diving today, but the water's just really bad. We have a ton of storms, 2 storms I think off the coast of Florida. And I thought the bridge, the inlet, would get by relatively unscathed, but nah, the water was doo-doo brown. I'm curious what virtual worlds you guys, like what the first virtual worlds you guys seen, played with, or looked at, or found interesting.
Super choppy, huh?
Yeah, choppy and just gross. Like really, really gross looking. But I did see quite a bit of fish in it, so still alive. Okay, so it's connecting to the WebSocket, or is it not? Okay, yeah, there's the code. Nothing from the chat system. Interesting. I'm guessing it's an issue with the server. Oh, you know what? We didn't start the server, I don't think. That's the issue. What the hell? It's missing step 9. 9. Alright.
I wish there was a way to voice to chat with people, but it would probably be super noisy.
Yeah, I've been thinking of some ways to implement that. And I think one is kind of like spatial based. So
Would have to be a small party chat, I suppose.
yeah, so that's definitely part of it. But like, okay, so you see where you're at in the game, how your character's there. Well, if someone was on the other side of the map, you could have your volume super low to that, and so it just sounds like a whisper. And the closer they get to you, the louder it is.
Other than YouTube, where else are you streaming?
Truex said it's a great question. So on Twitch and Kick. So yeah, I recommend you check out Twitch because that's hooked up to the live chat system.
77 joined stream new.
It's hooked up to the live chat system, and it's like almost it's just a couple of seconds for your message to come through. Plus, you can see my full screen.
Way.
SunLXRD777 says cold face. TGTGTGTTTTT how?
Wow, one of your spam got through. Buddy, look up Codeloch on Twitch. So the server's definitely out. What is this?
No.
Let's reboot reverse proxy. That's probably something to do with it.
Lag is still a little rough on Twitch at least.
Is it? Son, how bad is it? Because I wonder if I can tweak any settings. Take a look. "10 seconds. Bloody hell. Yeah, see, that annoys me, man, because I think there is a way to drop the quality to get
Sun
some
LX.
more
Could be my
speed
internet.
out.
Tung tung sahur tung tung sahur.
I don't think it could be. Like, I'd expect, like, you know, 10 seconds or so. Okay, here, in Twitch, I see it's on normal latency. Let's drop it to lower latency. Hopefully I don't have to restart the stream. So I did just change the set, and I wonder if that happens live. So we'll give that a minute, see if that makes a difference. I don't know, Truex said that might have to send him on his way.
Tralalero tralala, it's Tung Tung Sahur messing in the chat.
I like that you have add and block people.
What do you mean, like automatically block most of the messages that like are not on topic? But this guy in the chat, he was actually really funny. A couple of days ago, he was like, "Mr. Beast has donated $100," and he was typing it in the chat, and there was another chatter on, and they just started like kind of taking the piss out of each other, and it was like, this is kind of entertaining, but
Asterisk
not as
asterisk.
entertaining tonight. Oh, okay, so like the bad word filter. Let's see.
I love it. Latency has gotten better.
Awesome, sweet. What do you estimate is that now? All right, buddy, you're getting muted. Had enough of that. There's no funny jokes tonight.
Face with tears of joy messing up again.
Yeah, no, seriously. You know, it's actually surprising because I'm quite, you know, I think I'm a bit cynical of a
Jeez.
person. But, yeah. So I was expecting like everybody was going to be like that. I think that's like the second person I've had to time out, like, in the entire channel history.
Latency still not great.
Still not
Could be
great.
better.
All right. Could you guesstimate like how many seconds? Because that's something I'll investigate tonight. And let me see if I can make some changes on YouTube real quick before I jump into coding here.
$10 to $20.
Wow. And can you just make sure that the like you're on the current part of the video and it like didn't pause or something? Do you know what I mean? Like if you're behind on the stream. I assume you're not, but worth checking.
I am commenting on Twitch.
Okay, yeah. No, I expected as much, but you just got me thinking of YouTube too because it's so bad over
There's
there.
only latency in the voice.
Oh.
About your vlog channel, I think you should start doing vlogging, at least one long form video.
Truex edits, I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe you could give me some feedback, but I was thinking of doing like specifically giving that a go, but with the PSP projects, like maybe using that as a gateway to try and like dip my feet in the water on it. Like it would just be like a part one of like what it took to get it here, and then kind of leave it open ended and like where it should go next. So I really enjoy just coding. It's super cool to be able to come on here and actually be able to, I don't know, make
Yes,
something
definitely
social
you
out
should
of it.
start.
Awesome. All right. Cool. Well, I think we're going to clip this as a part of the video then. What do you think would be a good...
I just noticed you added a pond.
Oh, yeah, off to the right. What do you think would be a good video length for like a proper YouTube video? I was thinking not too long, like maybe like 5 minutes max. You can actually swim in that pond, by the way. Okay.
I am.
All right.
5
Let's
to
go take
7
a look.
minutes maybe.
Perfect. Look. And you see the little character under the water there? He's like in a little stasis pod. 5 to 7 minutes. Appreciate that. So what am I gonna do? Connect to this. Trying to envision what might have changed here. Ooh, I might have an idea actually. I might have to black out my screen for a second if it's what
I thought it was a
think
cactus.
It's the thing with pixel art, like you can let your imagination pull in. There's some funny art in here that I've not spawned yet. Alright, it's 902. Okay, yeah, I think that's the issue. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna black out my screen for a second
Hold
to
on,
fix this.
I'm coming on Twitch.
I think a asterisk 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 to equip would be great.
Looks like there's a word in the bad word filter I need to remove. Maybe if you put some spaces between it, I'll pull it out the bad word filter.
Can't say alcoholic beverage.
Oh, all right, okay, got you. You know there is actually an item you could use for that.
GER.
Okay, cool. All right, hold on, let me show you. We do have a couple options here. What's it called? Drink. I like that idea of doing equipable
Noisy.
stuff though. Alright. So we could probably use this. Cut an image out of it. Oh, there. Perfect. A mug of beer right there. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's a good idea. It'd be really fun to like code more gamification stuff because I spend so much time coding the actual system that I really get to focus on the fun part. But okay, so let's go back. All right, everything.
In Kynto.
I see his videos on YouTube sometimes.
Whose videos? Oh, let me see. It might have cut off the message. We got to really
He
tweak
did a lot
the
of
AI
creating
mod.
like this also, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay. Let me take a look.
He built an operating system.
Oh, are you talking about Terry Davis? Let me see. Yeah, that guy was intense. I actually downloaded an archive of all his videos because the internet's been pretty much scrubbed of most of them.
I think so.
Yeah. Man, so I discovered him right before he died. So I was following him for maybe about 8 months. And then there was a news article. It's like, yeah, he died in Oregon. He stepped out in front of a train, I think. I think he literally... Yeah. Crazy. Sad story, man, because he was super intelligent, incredibly intelligent. And when he would talk about coding or like technical stuff, he was super lucid. All right, so I'm gonna fix this. This won't do. The dog's just brought in the smell of dog. All right.
I wonder how much of this you could use Oz for to help with certain things.
So that's a great question. I can show you how I'm
Maybe
actually
expensive
using.
though.
Yeah. So that's one thing. So I'll give you a story actually. So about 8 years ago, there's a company that works next to Comcast that does Latin American content. It's called Olympusat, and they have an office in downtown West Palm Beach. And I used to work out there. And the project I came in was to help them move onto Amazon. And I remember I set up my personal account so I could test, and I ran up a $400 bill on my own credit card. I'm like, I was freaking out, but I messaged them and I got the money back. But yeah, it could have went very bad. Yep. So they had everything coded in PHP and like a monolithic. So like basically meaning everything was like one giant PHP application. And Amazon was just rolling out their microservices back then, Lambda, SQS, SNS. And that's how I got my experience with that stuff there. But what I'll do is once I get this signed up, I'll sign into Amazon and show you some of the way I do use Amazon.
Early days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because I was always like the youngest guy in the office, but it's starting to change now. Yeah, no, definitely. Show you as much as I possibly can. Like, it's all about sharing the knowledge. Something happened here. Don't know how to explain it.
Almost done with CCP, then going to get Solutions Architect Associate and then CCNA.
Man.
I think that may be a good route.
100%. Solution Architect is a great position. I've only held it once.
True_edits_ says your coding journey started when you were 11 thinking face.
Yeah, no, True_edits. It's actually pretty cool because this project actually has a history. Like if you look this up on ragezone.com, you'll see posts from me as a kid, and you'll even see people asking about what happened to this project. Yeah, and if you look on the YouTube, some of my first videos were posted 15, 16 years ago. And then I dropped YouTube for like 15 years, and now I'm back. What was I going to say? I was a solutions architect at a company called Orange Theory Fitness. And the funny story about that, I actually showed an early version of this that I built in Flash. Yeah, 100%. There's a wee bit of lower. But I showed him Kynto. It was an Australian CTO, and he's seen how mad excited I was, like explaining this project to him. He's like, I don't understand what you're saying. It could be because of your accent,
joined stream new.
or I just don't understand the technology. But I can see you seriously are excited about this stuff, and I believe that's what got me the job. So that's why I always say portfolio and just having a passion and excitement about building a personal project, it pays off in the workforce. And that's actually one of the things I want to work on tonight is updating this, because I coded like a portfolio in here. I want to make that complete so I can start sending
it. I saw on YouTube that your oldest videos were uploaded 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Note taken.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's it's crazy, man. It's been a journey. There's actually a couple of funny videos. I'll actually show a couple that are not on the channel as well, because I've had to use code in a couple of different ways over the years. Like one example was Geico. He screwed me over. Yeah, I'll show the video. It'll fill in the context, but essentially I built a little bot to help make my point get across. I don't know if it's like illegal now to do that sort of stuff, but it helped at the time. All right, bear with me here. I'm gonna take a minute to kick this up.
For the insurance company?
Oh yeah. Yep. May as well pull it up, so I can't give my local environment up, but let's take a look. So I have a video and everything of like the cause and effect. Let me see, I think it's on the other channel. Switch Scottish salt. Come on.
Maybe a street would be good next.
Ooh, 100%. And man, that brings me back to the OG days. So actually, I've got another video for you, but that's literally what the project before this started off was literally a street. And I can pull up some game shots from back then. All right, so we have this. Give me a second here while I line up some videos. Oldest. All right.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad. All right. So let's start here. So this was the start of the Geico thing. I actually still have this car, but I was chilling out back. I had a nice little garden in this town. And I hear this really loud screeching noise and like a big bang. And my heart sunk. Like I knew that someone hit my car. And what they actually did is this guy was driving, he was hammered. And he hit my car and drove it into the neighbor's garage. She was pissed at me for some reason. But anyway, so my car was obviously really messed up, right? And I still have this car to this day, by the way. So couldn't get my car back, and after
Wow.
30 days, yeah, really hit it hard. And he was active duty military, and obviously, you know, can't fault a guy too much, but it was my car. And the police didn't do him on DUI or anything, but okay. Oh my god, look at the quality here. All right, so let me just start with the description. So I had to do something called Geico protest, and this it's all right. Let me read what it says. The application creates a new claim every hour with increasing frequency. And it said footage of a drunk driver destroying my parked 2011 Mustang outside my home, and it was linked to an image site. That was one of my first sites that I created back then. And it says, dear claims, I've been without my car for 56 days, 26 minutes, and 32 seconds. So
This is great lol.
you can see why I had to get a wee bit desperate here. 56 days, it's longer than I remember. This incident was created by a negligent and self-confessed drunk driver that struck my parked car with great force. The repair was scheduled to take 10 days, but here we are with no end in sight. I've made repeated attempts in resolving the situation. I've been met with resistance the whole way, specifically by my adjuster, and I named him. If my car is unable to be repaired, which appears to be the case, I need it moved to a shop capable of doing the repairs. So
PH
I had like
Designs
the
Network says heading to bed, just wanted to drop in and say hello. Waving hand.
PH Designs, man, good to see you, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Take it easy. PH Designs is cool. He's building a home lab. All right, so let's check this out. So I think if I remember this right, I actually used an automation framework to build this in C#, and it sent a claim in every hour because that would assign a new adjuster to the case. So I just did a little screen record of it running. There it is in terminal. It opened up the Geico website and actually clicked elements as if it was me doing it. So like I wasn't like misusing any APIs. I was literally using the website's intended. I just automated it. And I decided on 1 hour because I felt like, you know, it wasn't too much, but I would get the point across. I don't think it was even running. Look at that, I was paying $341 a month. Yeah, within about 4 hours, I had a top level executive calling me asking if I could please refrain from having this system running, and that my rental car would be delivered the next day, and my car would be complete in 3 days. So it did work, but to this day, because I'm like a procrastinator, I still have Geico and I'm banned from the online portal. Yeah. Code, man, it really does give you, it gives you a wee leg up. So yeah, that was cool. I got to show that. There's a couple other projects I want to show as well.
Legend.
Sun LXRD777 joined stream new.
Sick. I'm glad that I caught, you know, captured it and put it on YouTube, because even like as I was recounting the story before I read the description, I was forgetting the details, and yeah, I just wish I made more videos like back then.
Sorry, my
you know,
iPhone keeps crashing out.
Oh, interesting.
Sleep timer.
Oh, all right. So I need to get the app back up because the sleep timer in the app version disables prevents your phone from going to sleep. So that's all part of this. What else am I looking for here? All right. So this was the very start.
Built my
yeah,
own router
100%.
and building a cell phone as well.
Whoa. So PH Design says, home lab is close to being done, got strep throat, and I've been taking care of my little one. Built my own router and building a cell phone as well. That's bloody cool. You know, when you're sick, that's the best time to create, right? Man, I can't imagine doing it with a kid as well. You guys are tough. Right, so we definitely have to dial down the AI filter. It's so aggressive.
I want to try out the one cell phone.
The one cell phone.
OnePlus.
OnePlus, alright. Take a quick look at the wee wiki here. Alright, I can't read the wiki tonight. Let's see.
Absolutely, I want to try the Tesla. Sun LXRD777 joined stream new.
Son, tell us about the OnePlus. And Truex said it's, yeah, my heart was completely racing. So the car was actually parked out front of my house, and I was literally out back, like watering plants, and I heard that noise, and like I ran out there so quick. And I remember when I got out there, I couldn't see my car where it was parked, so I was like, oh man. Oh no, it was me. So now when it, man, there's a lot of history. I was actually just out on that block today because my family friend owns the house
I
that.
think just the camera and OS could excel everything else I've had so far for a better price.
It's got 4 body cameras, man. Jeez Louise. Sweet.
It can in the OS.
Where'd you guys hear this from? I've never even seen it before.
What, you use Android or iPhone?
So I technically use both. I use the iPhone specifically for the camera. The camera is just so good on the iPhone, in my opinion. And
I believe it's compatible with booting custom ROMs.
well, that's handy.
It's been out for several years now.
What the hell? I'm a bit behind on phones. I used to be right on top of it. But yeah, I like to have both phones, especially when building apps, you know, so I can test it on the device because the simulator only gives you so much.
I love my iPhone 14 camera.
Exactly, PH. Like, they're good. But I miss the openness of, you know, a cell phone that you don't have to have developer sets to install stuff on. All right, let's pull the code back. We're good here. Try to figure out what the hell is happening. So we can move on to Amazon as well. Yeah, I was never a Mac guy, then
I
it's
have
not
the
that.
14
But,
also, but I feel like it has issues also. Camera-wise.
does it? Like, you mean like low light or just in general?
Exactly, the iPhone camera is on another level.
It doesn't focus super quick.
Wow. I've never thought about that, but that's definitely important. H Design says that's why I'm building one from scratch. I'm going to run Linux program with Python. Right on. Let me show you guys a device that I got before the G1 Android was released. I was always a fan of PDAs and stuff like Windows
Custom
CE.
GUI and all from the ground up.
Because I could, you know, like use Skype and stuff on it, and it was awesome. And I think there was even a version of Age of Empires for Windows CE, but there was a, what was it, Smart Q? Oh man, the memories are flooding back now.
Skype was great.
It was. And did you ever use MSN Messenger?
Wonder what happened to it.
They actually, if Microsoft literally just retired it this year, literally just killed it off this year. Oh, they bought
Yes,
it.
AOL.
Yep. So, man, I'm gonna have to pull in images of past projects, because the first time I ever had like a crap ton of downloads, it's actually the most downloads I've ever had. It was like 200,000 downloads, and it was for a super simple plugin for MSN Messenger Plus. And all it did is if you typed like a color, like say you're like saying like the sky is blue, it would make the word that color. And for some reason, people just downloaded the hell out of it. But that's one of the things I enjoyed about, like, you know, mid-2000s internet. People were like willing to download and install things.
I like
design,
my
you know,
asterisk.
Right, it looks like we got another word to in the filter. Let me see, I could look at Twitch, I think. I like MySpace. Why would that not be allowed? All right,
What's
so I'm going to show you.
Linux distro?
That's a good question.
My asterisk.
MySpace, got you. So let's fix that right now. We can fix that right now. So I'm going to have to connect to the server and connect to MongoDB. So I don't get banned for showing a bunch of floor laughing. So what is your guys' favorite Linux distros?
I've heard of asterisk ODB, but don't know its use.
Oh my god, you know what's funny? Because Mongo is like a bad word in the UK.
Database query?
Like... Yeah, so I'm about to show you exactly. It's basically MongoDB is a NoSQL database, and I use something called MongoDB Compass to connect it and control it. It's kind of like a SQL admin, but for MongoDB. And we're going to remove some words from the bad word filter once I find the command to connect to my bloody server here. I might actually have to search my notes. I guess I ran too many things. Right, here we go.
Like SQL.
So, PH Design says Alma Linux, Parrot OS, and Fedora. Wow, I haven't even heard of Fedora in a while. So the first OS I ever checked out, and I actually got my grandpa on back in Scotland in like 2008, was Ubuntu. I remember I installed it on his computer, and he was a journalist and like a writer, and he was fine using it. He had no problems. I had computers so slow I had to use Puppy Linux. It was a super small distro.
Join stream new.
And what else? And I use like CentOS and stuff. That's about in the server. Yeah, okay.
Ubuntu
What did I hear about?
On almost anything.
100%. Now here's the question: Are you guys prefer Genome or KDE? All right. So we opened up a tunnel to the server. So now, what that means is essentially like I SSH in, I open up a tunnel to the server so I can connect on my local as if like my server is on my local. So I don't have to do any crazy funny business to authenticate or connect. Makes it cleaner. All right, we're gonna connect. And then, because YouTube's weird, I might have to not show the bad words. I'm not sure if I get in trouble, but we'll try it. All right, time to search for bad words. But essentially I have like a bunch of quote unquote tables, they're called collections. One of
No
them's called banned
XFCE
words.
if I'm running stuff like fake windows for incognito look.
Solid, yeah. And that's like an optimized version too, isn't it? XFCE, I don't know how that will either. I remember I had a little bit of a session to make my Ubuntu setups look like Mac. Like I'd pull in all those icons and stuff. All right, so now we're going to do a filter looking for bad words, starting with beer, and then I'm just going to delete it. So I basically just went on Reddit, believe it or not, and GitHub, and found a bunch of lists of bad words, and then I just essentially injected them onto this table, and then used that as like a simple filter. All right, let's see what else we've got. I think space was a bad word for some reason. And you guys are helping me like tweak this and get it all sorted. Yeah, Hackintosh, 100%. You know, PH Designs, I had to do that because I was not going to pay for a Mac. I was developing iPhone apps, so it put me in a really weird situation. And I literally had to do that. I had to do that, what you said. And then also, you could actually run it in VMs pretty well if you had a powerful enough computer. And then what else I had to do? There was a site where you could rent remote desktop to someone's Mac in Texas. So they had like a bunch of Mac minis. I would just connect to that and I would build my app on it. And like
You
publish.
are currently working on MacBook thinking phase.
Yeah, Truex edits. Do you want me to tell you why I use Mac? And it's a reason I didn't expect. And it's not just for iPhone apps. Guys, son, you're not on YouTube, I don't think, so you're not seeing that our buddy's back. He created another account to do more spam, but the filter's rejecting it.
Why?
All right, so why am I using Mac? All right, the biggest reason, Windows and Linux, like when I actually deploy my code, up until the introduction of Windows Subsystem, is it Windows Subsystem Linux? Something like that, but WSL. Essentially, like local environment wasn't matching server, so I'd run into all these crazy problems, like trying to like pull in dependencies and stuff. So
Rolling on the
eventually,
floor laughing, yet he is spamming, but filter marking him spam and not showing us.
And he's been coming on every day for the past week too. But essentially, I had to use a Mac at the last company I worked at,
GG joined stream new.
which I'll just go ahead and tell you guys, I don't work there anymore. It was Trek Bicycles. I did the app there and I did the website. And they sent a Mac, and I set up my local environment, and it went so smoothly. And you know, I just do Docker in the command line. I like working on a command line a lot. Essentially, just because Mac is built on top of Unix, how it originally started, it's really close to like what I feel like a server environment is. So that's the main reason I use it. It just keeps local development in sync with server, but you could get the same benefit if you just run Linux. So there is that, but next to that, the Silicon Macs are actually really fast and the battery lasts a really long time. So between those two things, or three things, it kind of changed my view on Macs.
5672 says I go to school 11.15 amp.
Command line work is easier than a GUI once you know the commands.
Exactly, PH Designs. Plus you can automate everything, right? Like you can just write like a bash script or whatever. So you don't have to run like a ton of commands. And I could show you that, like I have bash scripts for so much part of this project. Listen, buddy, 5672, you're about to get muted again. This is your one and only warning. Alright, looking at the banned words here. Why would that be banned? Okay, I've deleted that. Oh, by the way, I'm still suffering with Windows because my most powerful computer I've got is a Windows machine. It's like, you know, I like to play games on it. And yeah, I'm constantly fighting the subsystem. Like,
I go to
it
school
rotates.
11.15 am rolling on the floor laughing.
Heck yeah, I create shell scripts in 10 seconds with GPT-5 every day for repairing stuff in a hurry without troubleshooting.
100% PH design. I'd say that's where I get the most use out of AI and GPT and stuff like that. Is just like taking my terminal knowledge I already know and
Sorry,
just
dude.
like let me step that up. Oh yeah, Truex edits. What the hell? What times you get out at? 8? Alright. So I think that's all the words. Son, was there any other words that were banned? There was MySpace, part of that word. There was
Did you already answer my question?
here. Let me see. I might have not seen it on
Prompt
Twitch.
engineering
We'll
is a
take
great
look.
S.
PH Designs, can you drop any tips or like things that you've learned with the prompt stuff that you think would be useful? I'm always super curious. Like, that's the first question I ask anyone that uses AI, gets benefit from it. It's like, how do you write your prompts? What tips do you have? All right, okay, good question. All right. So I've heard among it be, but I don't know its use. Can NoSQL still be SQL injected? Great question. I'm not sure why the AI is rejecting that. So I think we're going to make some changes to the AI right now because it's really annoying me that it cuts off these messages. So that's a good question. So the way you construct queries in
Be
MongoDB
clear,
and
detailed, and know enough about what you are seeking before you seek answers.
100%. And PH Designs, that's one of the things that I say to people that are getting into coding and, you know, are like relying heavily on AI. It's like, man,
Got
if
it.
you think AI is powerful now, wait until you can like actually like properly give it context, because it's just going to amplify what you already can do and know. But let's take a look. I'll tell you one thing to be careful with NoSQL. Here's a key thing, and this is something I learned the hard way. Essentially, every record in NoSQL is actually like, at least in the way I have this set up, is actually closer to like a file, or it's literally called a document. So say you have a document in there with secured data that you don't want to be leaked out in an API call. You're going to have to go out your way to like, don't just take an object from your NoSQL database and make that available through an API, because it can pull in every single field and you might not expect that. Where like in SQL, when you actually, you know, when you do like a wildcard in your query, you expect it to return everything. But you can actually instead just specify the fields you want. Don't trust it when it comes to NoSQL. Like, always have a transformation layer. Like, essentially, like, get your document and then transform it. But what I mean by transform is just create a new object with the fields you actually want to display. And then be careful about what you actually store in the first place, because you see all these big companies with data leaks and stuff, and a lot of them are not even being hacked. It's just people literally going in and exploring stuff that's like not meant to be shown in the first place.
Yeah, the filter marked me spam face with tears of joy.
It did. You know, we can actually connect to this system and watch the logs live to see why that's happening. Let me attach to it. I don't think there's anything crazy, but let me pull it off to the side just to confirm. Yeah, and see, that's one thing that comes with experience. And I always say to companies, it's one thing to just go to like university and, you know, learn how to code and stuff. One of the benefits working on your personal projects and actually releasing them and having people come on and like interrogate them by using it is things are going to go wrong. Like I had people do SQL injections of me and drop my database. I also turned around and did the same to them. It was kind of like almost a game back in the day. There was a bunch of us on a forum called moccforum.com, and you can look it up on the Internet Archive. And I actually still have the domain to this day. It was just a bunch of kids building like virtual worlds like this. And like, you know, kids would be kids, so we weren't always very nice to each other. All right, let's take a quick look at this. So,
Lol.
yeah. And it gets even worse. I had a website called rulelist.org, which was like the...
PH Designs AI is excelling across all areas.
All right. Yes, he's cut off the chat, man. Let's see. Oh, man. So PH Design says, yeah, it'll be the better half of you. People are hacking with AI now, and it's actually becoming a serious issue. And yeah, yikes. Rough. All right,
Indeed,
so...
it's beautiful, but us nerds have a force to work against now, faced with tears of joy.
Yeah, all it's doing is, you know, amplifies the good and amplifies the bad, right? So we're going to keep a look at these logs here, because if you look at this, if you guys can see my screen here, I create an object based on the AI moderation layer. And if any of these categories is marked as true, it basically rejects it. But most of your messages get through that, which is how it works. It's supposed to work. But I put an additional layer, and I'm looking at these category scores, like for harassment, hate, and stuff. And I have a check to see if each of these is not over a specific decimal point. If so, reject it. So we just need to tweak it and figure out some of these messages that is wrongly flagging. Yeah, PH Designs. Everything's good in moderate. Moderation's good, I should say. All right. So it didn't read your comment there. Let's investigate why.
I'm confused with what an object is exactly. I know in S3 on Oz it can be a video, image, etc.
You know, that's actually a really good thing to talk about, because I struggled with that really hard. That was one of the biggest humps for me to get over in learning object-oriented programming in the first place. But it's actually a really powerful way to view things. And the funniest thing is actually WordPress that helped me actually really see how powerful an object can be. Because, so if you go in WordPress, their default type is literally a post. It's literally in the database table. It's called like WP_posts, unless you change the prepend on that. But you can set a type. So you could say, I want this to be, I don't know, like, I want this to be like a game entry, like, you know, for a physical collection of games you have on a shelf. And then you just use the title field and the description field, and you can add additional properties. But think of an object as like a concept, and you can, I mean, I'm doing a bad time explaining this, but like in this world right here, you see, like, let's just talk about some of the objects. So we have tiles. That's literally an object, and a tile can have properties, right? Such as its X location, Y location. Then you have an avatar. An avatar can have a username, it can have an X and Y location as well.
WordPress is really very helpful.
It is, but it's actually like, it was one of those weird things that made me click, like, wow, you can actually use WordPress to construct all sorts of data types. And it's not even like the best example of it or anything, but like, considering you can set it up and create a new object and it just shows up as like a new thing in the user interface where you can have what's called CRUD, create, read and update and delete, without coding that from scratch. Super powerful. Like say when I created my resume in WordPress, I was just able to make a new type called resume entry, and I just put some fields in there, like, you know, job title, the company name, my experience field, and then when I wanted to have testimonials, I created a new object for that called testimonials, and it would have their name, and it would have the description field, and maybe a contact thing. So just think of objects as containers for whatever data you want to store. And yeah, on Amazon's S3, an object is literally what it sounds like. It could just be an image, it could be a movie, it could be a JSON file,
Hierarchy.
which is, yeah, hierarchy, 100%. I can actually pull up some code too to really dig into it. And yeah, Page Design says, yeah, I've had plugins break an entire site
I need
with
to look into
WordPress.
WordPress more than for sure.
Honestly, I don't touch it too much these days,
Would you
but
call
as
those data sets?
yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think it would just be helpful for you to just go in there and just click around, because you can, I think, download a plugin called Custom Objects, and it just lets you use a user interface.
Yes,
So you don't
in
have to
a
code
sense.
anything, and you can piece everything together. And even if you don't use WordPress to build with, it's just a fun little
So
UI
you're in
to
Florida right
explore
now.
with. Yes, exactly. I mean, I'm in Florida. I'm supposed to be in Scotland right now, but it doesn't work out. Like for a
Nice.
holiday. All right, let's take a look at AI layer. All right, so here's our AI layer. So in the AI moderation layer, it just has some simple checks before it even gets to the OpenAI moderation system. Some regex, check if it's spam, like if it's repeating characters, if it's low effort, if it's too short, if the user's flooding, like if they're typing too many messages in a specific amount of time, that could be thrown off. So this might actually be a problem, because we're only allowing 5 messages to be read out in 1 minute. So that might be an issue. We might bump that up. And we can actually expand this to have an exponential back off. So what I mean by that is the more messages that are sent, the lower the limit drops, but over time. So that way it's not cutting off conversations. So it might not even get into the AI, it might be getting caught up here.
I really don't miss the hurricanes, people, and noise.
Yeah, man. PH Designs, were you on when I showed my car getting smashed in the Geico protest? But that whole event led to me finding my house where I'm at now. I've got a couple of acres. I bought it when I was 20. And it's not like I worked 2 jobs to have enough money to get down payment. I still have a mortgage to this day. So like, it's not like it's paid off or anything. But I specifically got the spot to get away from all that. But the side effect is like when I go into, you know, town or the beach, I have to drive through a lot of traffic. TrueX edits, good question.
Thinking face.
So here's an example of some of the commands it is. If you type,
says whoami.
if you type like dance, it'll make your little character dance.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries at all.
I'm from the 941 and 239 area.
Oh, I think that's south. I'm 561. Hey, there you go. You're floating. Sweet. And now if you type like, try typing move left 6 and you should teleport. Let's see if it works. Page design is considered upstate. That's funny. Yeah, they say the area I'm in is like the new Miami, the new Davie. Like it started off where it was like, you know, like rural and stuff, horses, but for what I know, Davie got turned into like, I don't know, super cityfied. Nice, you're dancing and floating. I also made it so you can make your avatar grow. So try typing exclamation mark grow, and if you keep typing it, your avatar, like your head will get bigger. If you want to see if that works. And son, I'm gonna have to hook up the commands so they work in Kynto as well, because right now these are just commands unique to live streams, but I do want to have them all work in Kynto.
Marion County is like the only rural I know that's really left, LOL.
What the hell? Martin County? My mum lives close up there. I think she's in Port St. Lucie. I'll tell you one guys, one thing that might help out getting some more folks
It's
on
near
here.
Tallahassee.
Oh, that's way north.
Really interesting watching this face with tears of joy.
Yeah, no, it's funny, cool. So, I'm glad to see that Sun found the webrtc implementation. This is actually what I use to do share screen and stuff on another instance. But what was it? So if you click on YouTube, if you click share and click copy URL, even if you don't post that anywhere, YouTube treats it as like a super high engagement, and they like reward the video or stream and send more people over if you just literally click share but didn't even do anything with the URL. I'm just trying to find ways to like get this to break out a little bit. All right, we're gonna kick this up to 15.
Sure, we can do.
Brilliant, appreciate you, TrueX. The PH Designs, I think I told you this, but the first place I moved to when I came to America was Pine Island, which is Fort Myers area. Okay, so we bumped this up to 15. What's the threshold for?
I'm not seeing my chats.
Oh.
There it.
When you are coming to Miami, face with tears of joy.
Son, it is.
LOL. Cape C.
Truex said it. So I've not been down to Miami in a while. I need to get back down there actually, because I had some major fun down there. I did a hackathon there once with a friend that came out from Seattle. Man, it was rough. I had to stay up 24 hours coding, but there was a photographer there for the event, and he focused on us, and he ended up inviting us to like an art gallery thing that he was shooting the next day. And man, it was the craziest experience I've ever had.
Face with tears of joy.
100%. 100%. So he asked me, he's like, what car do you drive? And I told him, and he's like, you should be okay. And we ended up going the next day. So we drove down, and we weren't dressed for the event at all. But there was a couple of interesting things that happened. So the friend I was with at the time, I was like 20, my friend was 17. And it was obviously like, you know, all rich people, adults and that. And it's hard to describe it. I'll have to pull up some pictures. But essentially we met this Haitian guy. And he was surrounded by like an entourage. And he asked us for a business card, and we didn't have one. He's like, that'll be the last time you ever meet me and are not prepared. And he walked away. So that was that.
That's crazy. But I could have even met you, haha.
Yeah, 100%. What the hell? He's got some spam on Twitch. I don't know why he would say that, but denied. What else happened? Oh, the DJ. So we ended up going for the third night because the DJ is like, oh, can you guys build me a site? And I'm like, yeah. And Gray gave him a number. He was always good at actually attaching prices to sites. I was not good at it. And he's like, yeah, 5,500 or something like that. And he's like, okay. So we rolled up the next day to the hood in Miami and collected this in cash from this guy.
Show me the command's thinking face.
Yes, will do. So that was my Miami story. So what we have here, we have grow, we have help, we have crawl, dance, wardrobe, shrink, and those are the main ones. I could code some more.
Face with tears of joy.
I shared the YouTube on FB.
That's badass, thank you. That's dope. And yeah, PH design, super snooty. And yeah, it is down there.
South Beach, I assume.
The Truex edits. You're down in Miami, right? What's it like these days? Or is that where you're from? I got another weird one. You know, like I'm from Scotland, right? So I'm not political in America. Like I'm just grateful to be here. But did end up at Mar-a-Lago twice. I got to drink there underage because of my job. Programming has always led to interesting things. But I went the first time and I had a suit jacket that was too big for me because, you know, I don't have a bloody suit. It was like 19 at the time. No reason to have a bloody suit. So my manager at the company is like, you can wear this jacket. You know, he's like a bigger Cuban dude. It did not fit me. Truex edits, I want to hear. I think we all do.
Sunelakerd GG joined Sunelakerd GG first room.
Sweet. Sun's checking out room build. All right. So let me ask you guys a question, because I'm making some changes to the AI mod and the moderation layer. What do you think is a good maximum limit for the amount of messages you can send in, like, I don't know, let's say every 30 seconds? We don't want to cut down conversation, but you know, it's just a simple flood check. I have it. If you do more than 15 messages in 30 seconds, that's clearly a violation, right? I think that's more than fair. Jeez, PH Designs. PH Designs says, I just have stories about getting robbed at gunpoint, held hostage, hurricanes, and alien stuff. Bloody hell. Oh, PH Designs, you might get a kick out of this. So where I live is actually, I don't mind saying that, it's like Pratt & Whitney testing facility is basically in my front garden. So hear the jets when it rains, like they test the jets in the ground. PH Designs had fun. Bloody hell. That was the other part of the story I left out, was just the sheer amount of
I have a question. Is your channel monetized? Thinking face.
Truex edits, it's not. I don't have anywhere enough watch time for that. But that'd be sweet if that ever happened. You need 3,000 hours of watch time in a year, and I'm like at 690 hours of watch time. One thing that does help, and I've seen this work on another channel, is having people play your videos in a playlist and muted. And yeah, PH Designs, it could be. It's crazy though, because the sky's completely dark out here. And, but you know, there's, man, I got some crazy stories actually, because they close off, civilian aircraft are not allowed to fly right out there out the window. I have a picture of me standing in the end of my driveway, and there's a plane on the other side of the canal, which is technically still my yard, just a plane. For some reason, the plane's engine failed, and it literally landed on the canal on the other side of my yard. And I'm just standing there with my friend like, what the hell? Yeah, and it doesn't even stop there. About 4 months later, there was a helicopter crash, and I could see the bloody flashing tail of the helicopter. Did we lose YouTube chat? Why is it not reading in and out? Truex Edit says, went to LA once and literally saw a gunpoint robbery right in front of me. Bloody hell, Truex, it sounds like my story going to LA. The first time I ever went there, I was with a friend from England and a friend that was there showing us about. Also, folks that I met from code and stuff like this, by the way, they were also doing game stuff. And we drove into town, and there was like a bloody body bag in the front of the 7-Eleven. And there was just like a ton of cops and stuff, and they were literally like packaging up some poor soul. Bloody crazy. And PH Design says, have you ever seen weird stuff like floating red orbs and stuff? Yes. Yes. And I get in rabbit holes too. I try to avoid them.
I've seen a light move too fast to be
Face with tears of joy.
So, Sun says, I've seen a light move too fast, be humanly possible, almost like teleporting in the sky at night, move from a far distance to another. Yeah, definitely.
And it stayed the same brightness.
That was me after work on Valentine's Day. I guess they needed my $65 more face with tears of joy.
Bloody hell. That's too much, PH Designs. Yeah, I'm always scared. Like I say, I'm quite a cynical person, so I'm always fearful of being robbed or mugged when situations, like he says, it does happen. But I was, so I'll give you an interesting story. In Scotland, it's really weird because Scotland's like semi-fucking something out the Eastern Bloc with the way they do things. So if you're poor and live in Scotland, you're not allowed to just pay an electric bill, like, you know, in a normal country where you pay like a bill each month.
I don't know what those red orbs were, but I've seen them hover in suburban neighborhoods in Cape.
Real quick, so you're not allowed to just pay an electric bill. You actually have to you do your electric pay as you go. So you get like a little credit card thing, and you have to go to the shop and you give them cash, and they'll scan your card and they'll put like £20 on it, and then you could go home and scan your card into the electric meter and it'll give you £20 more power, right? Well, I was on the way there. I was like, I was young. I was probably like, 8 years old, and I got robbed of the money right at the store, man. Bloody sucked. Always stuck with me. I was so scared to go home because I thought my mom was gonna beat my arse essentially. And she was actually super chill about it, which shocked me, but she's a Scottish mum. And I stayed out there in a rainstorm at once.
They do that in the US also.
Cape C rolling on the floor laughing hub of red orbs.
Son, I did not know that. I did not know that. That's nuts. Oh, we got another word to remove from the filter. Cape Coral. The minus the C has been blocked, so we'll go fix that. Hub of red orbs. Bloody hell. Yeah, PH Designs.
Power face with tears of joy and dang.
Prepaid electric.
Damn, I did not know that. See, money, no. Alright, we're gonna move another word from the filter.
I was wondering about that.
Jeez. I think Florida itself, we just get a lot of weird air stuff down here. It's kind of eerie. Like, the more you go out of civilization too, the more crazy stuff you see.
Glad I moved.
That's for sure. Peach Designs, I'm curious where you ended up. Like, what part of the country?
Float. Dive.
Where's that come? Son, so I might have to fix this right now.
Now I just see random white lights in the mountains.
So, son, we've got to standardize the commands from YouTube so they're the same in Kynto. You can float if you type
North Carolina.
:float, which I know is weird. And you don't have all the same commands, but if you do like :float, you will float. Like, I'm logged in here, just your :float, and you should float. Let's see. Am I floating? No. Alright, I lied.
Got it.
But if you do it from Twitch, the command should work.
Where's your hometown? I mean, your place of birth?
Asterisk float. Float.
Two seconds.
Float.
But it might not be working, son. I might have to fix that right now. Because we got to push up some changes anyway. So I'm gonna have to do a server restart. So I think that's the opportunity to fix it. And so PH Designs in it of North Carolina. Man, that's sick. You've got the I've always wanted to go up there, but I seen it on the way back from Scotland. How the
you also tell the signs.
But the blue haze over the mountain ranges in North Carolina because of the bloody trees is cool. Super sweet. And one weird fact, Scotland is actually composed of the same rock as the Appalachian Mountains. So the Highlands of Scotland are actually from the same mountain range as the Appalachian. I might not pronounce it right, but do you know what I mean? Like, they're both the same age and literally from the same, like, Scotland broke off of America and then it ended up joining with Europe at some point in history. Crazy. But true X edits. I'm from Stirling, Scotland, which is known as the heart of Scotland.
Smoky Mountains.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I need to get up there, man. Bloody hell. I miss hills and mountains. But I'm not gonna lie, like I grow like a lot of fruit trees and stuff here too, so I appreciate the the climate for that stuff, but like I still miss
That's wild.
mountains. Yeah, 100%. All right, let's take a quick look at this situation here for commands. We're going to merge the command system from the live chat, so all the commands I'm coding for live chat also work in Kynto. Like,
you should build a mountain on here.
Ha ha ha. Ooh, you might like this actually. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can trigger this. I coded this. I'm not sure if I released it. It's gonna be trippy.
Twitch_darcyplunket says in Twitch.
All right, let me do this.
I just feel better mentally here.
So that's procedural terrain generation. I kind of got the idea from Minecraft.
If only you could spread it out a bit.
Yeah, so the cool thing is it's based on a seed number, so we can actually change it. We can tweak it until we get one that makes sense. Let me see. Let's give me a random number and I'll try it. Each number I type into the system will generate like the same topography, even if I was to reload, which is really cool. So literally any number you give me, I can type in here and it'll generate a terrain for that number.
This is great, but the chat. Like on screen.
Oh.
Timtum joined Lock Lake.
Hey, there's Walter. I wonder if he'll join us. I should also have the chats maybe in the background
because
up
the
here.
Chat was very jumbly.
What do you mean? If you like the chat bubbles are overlaying too much or something? I'll definitely take feedback, so I'll make it changes. Where do I stay more in? TrueX edits. I stay in Florida pretty much. Like, it's my home now. I don't have a house in Scotland. Yes. Like, you know, I got my driver's license in America. I've never driven in Scotland actually. I've basically just kind of adopted America. At least this part of it, but you guys have, you know, the ones that are from America, amazingly big country, and it's so diverse and like all the different landscapes and climates and stuff. It's absolutely nuts. And PH designs, I could use that.
Glad you're here, but I'm sure Scotland is nice also.
It is. It is. I did do a video when I was there last year, where I kind of like walked around and recorded some of the cool things. You want to tell me actually a funny video that got like some traction on YouTube because it pissed off a bunch of Americans. I didn't mean to. All I was doing was showing the American section in a Scottish store. You know, I took a video because my brother was pointing out. So it's funny, he's an American citizen but actually lives in Scotland. I'm not an American citizen but actually live here. You know, but we pointed out the American section, I recorded it, and like a bunch of people on the comments are like, we don't eat that, like, why do you think this is American? And it was like, man, they called it the American section and it had spam in it. You also generate like tall mountains. Let's see. That's ugly. So if you guys are curious how I coded this, it's something called Perlin noise. And it's like an algorithm that gives you height map information that kind of replicate. Oh, that's because of me, man. I put too many items on the screen. My bad. Let me fix that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I didn't think about that. You're actually on here, so I might be punishing your phone. There's some YouTube algorithm or something. Truex Edit says there's some YouTube algorithm or something. I'm not sure, but if we keep chatting, it signals YouTube there's engagement and it pushes the stream to more and more people. That's 100% true. That's very true. And yeah, I see some of you were doing the little reactions as well. That also signals engagement.
Nice tree.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we can actually set the trees on fire. Let me see if I can find the campfire. Well, oops. It's not that campfire. We have to find a specific one. Let's see, which one was it? I think it's one of these.
Set the world on fire.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't cause you more internet issues. If it does, I apologize. I didn't see the fire. Where is it? All right, there it is. Let's move it next to trees. This might not be the right one.
Lol.
There's a fire somewhere that does it. It's actually, the item system in here is a great example of objects because, oh, I've got something else to show you as well. Coded the game of life, but being able to have
These
objects
blocks are
influence.
so similar to a game called Minecraft, if you guys have heard of it.
100%.
Could have a lot of land with a mortgage less than what you pay, I bet.
Let's take a look here. When you pay your home off, sell it and move. It's cheaper, you can get a lot more land, do a hobby farm with 10 plus acres, just grow trees and write the land off and save big. Oh, it's tempting. Man, PH Design said could, you know, pay off, could have a lot of land with a mortgage less than what you pay now.
Then you host events on it and make the vendors pay you to be there.
You know, one of the things that's got me super attached to this spot, I planted some trees here, like when I first got it, man, and they're huge. I just hate to.
Sounds like metaverse.
And yeah, wow, that's funny you made that connection, son. Have you heard of, there's a project called Little Big Planet, and there was a little project that came out of it. Let me see what it was called. Where you could design your own.
You can write off four-wheelers, etc. So much opportunity.
Page designs, you know where I'm getting hammered right now? It's the property taxes. Like, I do, like, it's basically equivalent to like what I was paying to rent like a house like 12 years ago. Yeah. So I'm trying to see, Little Big Planet, the creators of it also released another game where you could create worlds and people could play them on like the PlayStation. And someone else mentioned this was kind of like that.
Sleep.
Ooh. Truex said it's tripe crawl. That'll make you lie on your side. That was actually an idea that someone gave me a couple of days ago. And I coded it. Let's see, does it do anything? Oh no! Because you're floating, only your head rotated. What is going on with our chat system? Because the avatars are still here, so it's still connected.
Lol lol lol. I have multiple avatars in the game, I think, lol.
Everything on the land pays you. I'm giving y'all golden information.
I had to create multiple
My avatar is no more in the screen rolling on the floor laughing.
Codeloch says whoops to sex.
It says no signal to your cam.
LOL, it said.
Whoops. Appreciate that. 2x. Alright, we're back. I just ran out of space on my streaming computer as well. It's Murphy's Law. Bloody hell. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a drink real quick, come back, and we're just gonna quickly push some updates for the AI system here. And watch the logs, see why it's skipping some of these messages. And we're gonna hook up commands as well. So Sun can use the live chat commands in Kynto. And then Amazon, if you guys have time, it's pretty late, but yeah, let's quickly crunch through that. Right, be right back.
True.
Let's go.
Let's go indeed.
It's censored it without the number. SECS free environment.
PH Designs, do you have publics about you? I mentioned Publix because this is America, Scotland's top-selling soft drink. It's called Iron Brew, and you can actually get it at Publix now, in the British section.
Now it says a different face with tears of joy.
Oh, it read it off funny. That's funny. I didn't think about that. Maybe it's just for my one.
Yes, sir.
Designs it's really funny rolling on the floor laughing.
Son, you probably can't see because it's on YouTube, but the AI bot didn't even let my comment through. I said 1 second, and it didn't let it through.
I'll
Yes,
have to try
give it a
Iron
go.
Brew.
Oh man, I wish I had audio hooked up because Iron Brew actually has some of the funniest ads, like ads that got banned on TV because they were
What was
too
the
risky.
name of that drink?
Iron Brew, so IRN Brew. And that's actually what I was going to mention. So the UK actually has a law that was passed in the 1800s because people were selling like, you know, bread with like lead in it essentially.
Iron Brew.
Where if you sell a product and like you call it Iron Brew, it's supposed to be iron, it's supposed to be brewed. So they changed the spelling of it. And it is like in the 1900s, 1800s, I think they did that, where they put in that law. So that's why it's spelled like that.
Pub subs are the bee's knees.
Yes, yes.
Gonna try it, sure.
Well, definitely. Let me know what you guys think. I'm wondering if it's worth. Though I should do Amazon first before I show you funny Iron Brew ads, but super controversial. Like British TV, you can get away with a lot more than American TV, and Scottish TV pushes it a little bit further than the English would. But yeah, there's tons of banned ads for Iron Brew. Like anything that you think could be offensive, they kind of went there. Okay, so we're log into Amazon. We'll start there so we don't miss it. All right, I need to log in, so I need 2FA real quick. Oh, why isn't it remembering my account?
Wife, we got a pub sub.
No
Face
kidding.
with tears of joy. Controversial things are always good.
Yeah, no,
It was October.
We'll give you a laugh. Oh, that's cool, PH Designs. How'd you meet your wife? I'm curious. You don't have to. I'm just asking as someone that is engagement that failed. Where'd that go? Shite, why isn't this signing in?
In Scotland?
Oh, okay. No, in America, son. She actually lived out here with me. Probably shouldn't go into too much detail. Let's just say she got me into actually doing the streaming, and there was a reason for that. That was one cool thing she did do. And I mean, she was a cool person. It didn't work out, and she got a little bit intense, unfortunately. PH Designs, I think you actually stumbled across her stream like 6 or 7 months ago. I seen you in there. Oops. Alright, so I'm logging in here. Yeah, but she hated it out here because it's like rural. This wasn't meant to be, it's how it is. It's not the first one, I'm sure it won't be the last. No kidding. Yeah. So I met her on Instagram. She actually messaged me. But yeah, PH Designs, we did.
You are reported. LOL JK.
You just had me freeze for a second. I was like, where'd that come from? Yeah,
it's
we were together.
3:49 a.m. in Florida, right? Thinking face with tears of joy.
Yeah, you guys need to give me some input on when a good stream schedule would be. I think I have an idea, but Insomnia Crew. I hate to encourage it.
All-nighter,
All right,
here
and-
you come.
Done many
You
of those,
asterisk.
man. Yeah, 100%. All right, log in as
And I
Amazon. I'll
could
be
see her
curious.
getting to be a lot.
Oh, PH Designs, yeah. And you know what actually made it worse? We got on really well. Like, we really enjoyed each other's company for many, many years. But I'm telling you, females and the attention they get when they stream online, it'll change. I mean, I've had people talking to me like, you know, the way that people were talking to her, I'm sure my ego would also get up
On
there.
the positive side, I can see you doing better.
Yeah, I appreciate your PH Designs. I'm chiller. Like, I feel I'm definitely more focused on building again, which is good because like that's always like I have to do something productive, and coding is a huge part of that for me, and not just for work, right? Like, but actually for myself and learning and sharing what I learn as well. But yeah, no, it's a journey. Still partaking, you know. Each day is interesting. All right, so we're going to take a look at EC2. We'll take a look at Route 53, S3, CloudFront as well. So I think that's the main services I'm using here. PH Designs, I'm curious how much you leverage AWS.
It brings up insecurities, and she would have to never rub it in, but always reassure you.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely part of it. I'm not going to say I wasn't bothered by it, but I got to say, I'm relatively a calm, chill person compared to a lot of people would be in such situations. What it really was is it just kind of broke the connection in the sense that she didn't desire a connection from me because she was getting it from the internet, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to say she was like a hussy or anything. In fact, she's quite modest, but like compared to like what it could be. But yeah, it definitely changed the dynamic. But you know, I wish her well. And she's had a. It's tough out there. Life is hard, and there's a lot to come to grips with, because you know, for both of us or whatever. But you know, the only reason some of that would bother me in the first place is because it was good at one point. All right. Let's take a quick look at messages. The James Jones Kool-Aid. Oh no. Oh no.
Makes sense. The internet has definitely caused much tension in my life many times.
PH Designs gets it. I think Sun found the synthesizer. I apologize. Yeah, you can't like technically jam in Kynto. There's a little keyboard synthesizer. Let me just pull it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. How long ago was this? Truex Edits. It happened around my birthday, actually. The week before.
But I've lived in a computer my whole life.
PH Design, same. Son, just so you know, we can all hear that. It's crazy, PH Designs. It's like the internet giveth and the internet taketh, you know?
I'm not 300 pounds face with tears of joy.
Oh, PH Design, sorry, son, I just want to warn you, the synthesizer's coming out in the stream and it's probably one speakers. Yeah, same here, PH. Right. We always actually struggled to bloody gain weight. Truex Edits, I'll show you what's happening. I've muted it for a sec. toolkit. It's cool though, son. I appreciate you like utilizing the system because it really gives me an opportunity to show it. But essentially, I coded a synthesizer, and the way it works is if I play this note, Sun will hear it. So I muted it so you guys can't hear it. But Sun's logged in the game, so when he plays the synthesizer, I hear it. But the idea is like you can make like a little jam band, and that extends into this as well. Technically, we can see each other's drawings. I tell you, like I just go. If I get an idea to do something or want to figure out how to code something, I just kind of do it. And that's the cool thing about doing these streams these days, is being able to share that with you guys. Like actually get someone to be like, "Oh, this is cool. Show me more." Man, that's bloody cool. Oh no, Truex Edits is coming. Yeah, play Kynto.com if you look at the or KyntoParty.com. PH Design is a great question. So everything, including the synthesizer, literally everything is all coded in HTML5 and JavaScript. And even sharing camera, sharing my desktop, a little call system, everything, all built in the browser. I control the OBS instance with this system. I control the chat integrations, all of that. Yes, and I can hear that. You know what we should do is add a setting so I can turn that on and off in the stream room, because that's my fault. I'm glad you're using the system because it encourages me to fix this, because someone could like log in and like maliciously do that. So I appreciate you just using the system. Yeah, but Truex Edits, I do have the calls disabled for the stream room.
Music.
just to be safe. But yeah, right. Truex Edits. Yeah, son, I could hear it. We can all hear it. Truex Edits was asking what's that. I had to mute it.
That's awesome. Hella code.
Yes, appreciate that, PH. No, just so you guys know where this is going, I plan on having it.
That was
so
great.
Awesome. I plan on having it.
Gasterisking up.
Oh, that's another banned word. Let me fix that real quick. But yeah, and what's cool about the call system, if you actually look into the technology, it's called webrtc. And it's built into the bloody browser. It's peer-to-peer media, like literally peer-to-peer, no exaggeration. So it's not going to a server. The cool thing about that is it doesn't cost any money for me to operate it, because it's using, if you do the call on your phone or do it on the computer, the connections are happening to each other as opposed to going through a server. So the reason I started coding that way is because I kind of wanted to make a streaming platform that was peer-to-peer for a couple of reasons.
That's
One,
sick.
It's expensive. Appreciate that. It's expensive to operate something like YouTube, where you're actually like having a server broadcast everything. And then there's also, but then my second point,
Imagine people
also
that could write and record.
Designs joined stream new.
Sweet. Let me read that. Imagine people that could write and record simultaneously. 100%. 100%. Yeah, and here's a cool thing too. I hooked it up so my MIDI keyboard, I could play that with the call system, so I could play music right into Kynto. I'm not very good at it or anything, but my idea was we could like imagine GarageBand if it was like multiple people were able to join and it was remote. So that's kind of the idea, just connecting people, and like not just like in a word or like tech jargon, but literally connecting people, what they're doing, making music, hanging out, coding. Make it so they could group up. And then a side effect of what I'm doing with the streams here is being able, like the host
like
of whatever.
RuneScape.
No shit.
Designs joined stream new.
Like the guild concept. And I've actually made a lot of progress this week, so making it so the room hosts, without OBS or anything, could run these type of streams into YouTube. Or Oh no. All right, guys, I'm making a code change right now. Oh, shit. So we're going to add a new setting, and it's going to let me turn off the keyboard from playing in the stream. Is my chat visible? Let me see. I think it was. I just muted it because I think where you said, imagine people could write, oh, I should just look in Twitch. Bloody hell. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, the crack comment can get through, but I did let that through the system, and yep. This is awesome. Right on, man. Well, you guys are giving me clips to actually make a bloody video about this project, so I appreciate that. Because all it needs is like a couple of videos that, you know, convey the idea in a small amount of time and show people actually like getting it. And I don't know, maybe we could get more people on.
Glad to help.
100%.
Design
That's
says
interesting. Oh, what is PH? I just noticed something on YouTube though. I don't know what that was about. It had 5 likes, the stream, and it went to 2. Curious what happened. Interesting.
I like the idea of having people connect and people to have their own rooms, servers.
100%. Just can't imagine this, like, and this is one of the features I've been working on this week, finalizing. So you can literally just get your like click, you know, stream to YouTube from your own room, and say you're like learning a new tool or you want to show something on a video or stream yourself, you could do that. But what? I'll share my desk.
Key, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's where the AI comes in. The AI comes in heavy. But give me a sec, I'm going to show you guys some. The ones that are on Kynto, you're going to get to see this literally work in real time. Let me enable it so I can stream. 2 seconds here. Only allow. Alright, yeah, so check this out. I'm going to share my code environment right into Kynto directly.
What's the idea showing new people all the things they can do when they join?
TrueX edits, please help me.
That.
Please help me figure that out. I don't know how to do that very well. I don't. You guys can close this, but I'll trigger the prop up. Like, this is like the start of something. Like, this is at least for streams, but you can close it on the top right. I think like it just needs a proper little video, a couple of videos to maybe put it all together. Or maybe it's something we all figure out together, man. Like, maybe that's what it takes. It's like, hopefully this doesn't lag your computers out, but I'm going to share my code environment right into this. So let me do that. So if you guys, the ones logged at PH and True Sun, I think you're logged in. If you grab the world and move it down, you can see my code environment. This is peer-to-peer transmission. And I could pull up my phone and I could share a camera and like show you my physical screens if I wanted to as well.
Repeat that.
So, Son, do you see the background? Okay, you're in Kynto, right? If you're on your phone,
surely
use
this could be the best idea. I think making a long-form video on this, properly explaining that once you joined you can dive into as many interactive things you want.
100%.
I'm trying to figure it out. Face with tears of joy.
I'm on PCRN.
All right, cool. So use your mouse and then literally just long click, you know, the like all the like the tiles, and then just use the mouse to pull it down. So if you look at me on the stream, like I can move the world around, I can pull it down to reveal the code environment at the top. Do you guys see my code? My Visual Studio?
Yup.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's an example of the peer-to-peer media system working. And this isn't going through YouTube or anything. This is literally a direct peer-to-peer connection.
Not on Kynto.
Whoa. Oh, you know what it is? All right, you guys are going to have to do something for me. Click the avatar. Click the avatar icon at the top. And it's a buried setting, I apologize. But there's a setting called background streams. It's disabled by default. That's why you guys are not seeing it. If you click on, like if I click off, it'll disappear. So if you look at my screen now, you don't see it. But if I go back up here and go down to background streams, turn it on, and close it, you guys will literally see my code environment. So it's kind of a hidden feature now, but it's a powerful thing I've just not done anything with other than the streams. Have I ever used Atom? Isn't that a code editor for Mac?
I see it perfect.
Awesome. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
this is the power. No worries, yeah. This is the
This is
bloody power
awesome.
of the web browser. I appreciate, yeah. And this is why I always say, like, web development is hugely powerful, and most people are, like, I'm sleeping on it. There's so much we could do building in the web, and you could just get on here by loading a website URL. That's nuts.
It's like Visual Studio Editor.
I think I
This
used
could
it
actually
before.
be a great idea to teach.
That's true, son. Like, yes, 100%. 100%.
For sure.
And like the cool thing too is like, say like, you're teaching someone and want to see what they're sharing on their screen as well.
Looks
Everyone
very
can share
similar.
their screen. You know what? I did use PH Designs. I used to use JetBrains WebStorm.
And
All
about
right.
the likes, I guess someone messed with them or sewing it was 5 before, now it's lower.
Yeah. One of the ex-fiance was on. She heard me talking
I
shit.
don't think I've tried that one.
There's possibility. Honestly, I've said so little about it, and I've not had that same graciousness returned to me. So I don't know. I don't think it was too bad. I just said what happened, man. I didn't even go into detail, but
Having the code in the
Um,
background with the interface there is awesome.
yeah, it's quite refill, isn't it?
I love open source programs.
Atom's open source? I didn't know that. Is it? Oh no, it is. It's super clean. I might grab it. Yeah, I'll download it.
Can you code live while viewing the stream and it update automatically?
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. What do I want to fix real quick? There's a couple of things I needed to do. Oh, that's right. We're gonna add a setting
I just like
to disable the
using
synthesizer. No, it's super clean.
So you can add and remove things.
and a
Yeah,
dark
so I created a really clean system to do toggles to make it really easy to do new settings without too much code. So let's go ahead
theme. I
and
only
do
use
that.
dark themes.
PH designs. I'm starting to
The
get into
screen
dark
showing
themes now.
398 chats. Is it counting all over from Twitch plus YouTube thinking face?
Is it? Where does it say that? Oh wow, I'm seeing 406. You know what? Even if the AI mod rejects it on YouTube, it's still ready. Like people might be spamming like crazy somewhere. Let's see. Maybe that's it. There's been a lot of chatting. But like that number. Let's see. I'll add one chat.
Testing.
Oh, I didn't even. What is that for? I forgot.
I'm just getting old and I can read and code better with dark themes.
I have 2 Twitch streams streaming.
Sweet. Alright, so let's add a setting real quick. Stream, we're going to call it stream
One on
dot
PC and one on mobile.
enable synth. We'll give it a label. Cool. So that's all I needed to do to make that setting available. So now if I go
What
into
are
the actual
Boolean used for?
synthesizer. So Booleans in this case, if you take a look at the stream.
I've heard the name a lot.
Yeah, so essentially Booleans are trues and false. And how I'm using them here is these little, oh, you can't see it. Because I'm in
You've
the
done
way.
so much work. You truly deserve the best.
Appreciate it, man. That's cool. Appreciate you, Truex. That is. Let me show you on the screen, actually. All right. So you see these? Can you see this one? Yeah, you can at the bottom.
For sure.
Yeah. So these are just essentially booleans, like where you can enable and disable the background streaming stuff. That's it. It's just a data type, and I just coded a little component that makes it super easy to make new toggles. And then all the different toggles control different behavior in the game. It's super clean, super simple. I don't have to add like new stuff to the database schema or anything. It's just dynamic. So
This guy has held many exclusive only events for a said exclusive person.
Got it, thank to you.
no worries. Darcy Plum